Welcome to Wiley Gun 1776. It's been a crazy 24 hours with everything going on in the world, but hopefully the next 4 years won't be as bad, or hopefully not as bad as people are anticipating, but you never know, and everybody needs to stay active and make their voices heard. I know it doesn't really seem that, especially with the voting and all, but we all need to stay together as a community and push forward and try to do the right thing. Doesn't seem like right now that's really getting us very far, but I think that we just need to stay strong, stay united, and make our voices heard. So what I've been doing for the past couple weeks is I've been working on some reviews for some of the existing guns and gear that I have, and some of the EDC items that I have around that I find interesting and really fill a practical role without really going too overboard on price. I mean, some higher end stuff, but not really breaking the bank, staying in more of a budget friendly role with certainly the EDC, and the reliability is some of the core values. So I've added an intro to my YouTube videos and working on some basic production, which has been pretty interesting because as a YouTube consumer and going on and loving watching two-way videos, and really been watching those for the past couple of years, probably 5 or 6 years now. And you have your favorites and ones that you really find interesting, but once you start diving into the content creation side, it's really an interesting task to see what goes into it, the work that goes into it, how even the video recording, the video editing goes, and using it as a learning and trying to stay fresh and try to learn a new task, and really see what is involved in it, and a little bit of a challenge. So as the videos go on, hopefully the production value goes up a little bit, but it's really an educational process for me to deliver content on a subject that I find interesting and really involved in. The EDC world, the gun world, it's big hobby of mine, and serves a practical purpose. So stay with me. Hopefully you can like, subscribe, and follow the channel, and see some of the progress on some of the EDC items, and hopefully also as well as the video production. And it's really an interesting process with the whole what goes into the YouTube. It's not as easy as just turning on your camera, making a video, turning it off, and uploading it, and getting 1 million subscribers. So it's an interesting process, and I'm really having fun doing it. So today, what I wanted to do was review the Byrd Robin 2, which is Spyderco's budget line of knives. So recently I was online and I came across the Byrd Robin 2. I was originally looking for a cheaper, smaller knife that I could put in my EDC bag for use around the office and around home. So what I was looking for was something smaller than a Para 2 that could still be useful, had an extremely sharp blade, was easy to sharpen, and I didn't want to keep opening the Amazon boxes and all the stuff that comes during the holiday season with a Para 2 or the other one that I've been using, or actually is my main EDC, which was the Para 3 lightweight. So I didn't want to keep using that and getting the glue and everything on the blade and dulling the blade by opening up these boxes. And the other issue is with the long blade, as you're opening the box, I'll sometimes, scratch or mark up the contents of the box, the inner box. And then, same thing with opening mail. It's a big knife. Every time I pull it out, my wife gives me a comment, about the size of the knife for opening a box or a package. Do you really need something, do you really need to open a box with something that big? So kind of led me to looking on the internet and seeing what options were available. A smaller knife that is kind of budget friendly, because I wasn't looking to EDC it. I was basically looking to, open boxes, open mail, and throw it in my office bag. So this led me to come across the Byrd Robin 2, which was priced around $27 on Blade HQ. So I figured to give it a shot, see what I liked. If I didn't like it, wasn't really spending too much money on it. And, you know, just, it was a good time to just give it a shot. So overall, the specs on it, so we'll go through kind of quick. The blade length on it is going to be 2.375 inches. So for dummies like me, that's 2 3/8 inches. Cutting edge, 1.875, which is an inch and 7/8. Blade thickness, 0.09 inches. And then the blade material for it, I don't know if you can really see that too well, but it's the 8CR13 MOV, which is a budget steel that holds its edge fairly well, and it's easy to sharpen. The blade style, drop point, satin finish, full flat grind with a plain edge, and the handle length 3.31 inches, overall length 5.69 inches. So with that aside, it's a small knife, which really, you know, like I said before, makes it perfect for the office and around non-knife people. So you're not pulling out this big knife, you know, to give you a comparison between the Parrot 2 and this Byrd. Big difference in size. So you're not pulling out this big knife to open up a box or a letter or something, which is perfect for the office. So on this Byrd knife, and I don't know if everybody is familiar with it, but the Byrd line is Spyderco's, I'll call it budget-friendly line that's made in China. That is really the main drawback on it for me. But you know, when you're looking for the budget knife, I kind of put that aside and, you know, would normally go with the Spyderco made in America, but you know, in this case, just wanted to try, you know, their cheap line, you know, the Byrd line. So this is the second generation FRN version of the Robin knife, which comes with the bidirectional texture for more of a comfort and slip-free grip. Handle features the stainless steel liners and a back lock. Blade has the familiar bird's beak on it, which is indicative of the Byrd line. And it's kind of similar to the Spyderco line where it's got the round circle, but in this case it's, you know, got that beak shape to it. So the only objection that I have to it, unlike larger knives, you can't like flip it open and closed. You have to use the lock on the back. You know, I don't know whether that's the bushings just not being super high quality on it, but you know, it's not really a big deal. That is my only real drawback on it, but again, not really a big deal. The jimping and choil on the spine are nice, gives it, you know, a nice grip given the smaller size. The 8CR13 MOV blade has the full flat grind, and honestly, after I've been using it a little bit, put it on the Spyderco Sharp Maker, within a couple minutes I have it razor sharp again. So I've also included some shots of cutting through paper as it performs well, really cuts through without much effort, and has the pocket clip with a 4-way reversible clip for either left or right-handed, tip up or tip down. So overall, I'm surprised by the number of times I've actually gone to this over some of the larger knives, and it's really filling a role where I'm opening boxes and things where, you know, you need a knife. It's nice to pull out, cut through a box, cut through some letters, you know, open the mail. And, you know, you feel bad about using some of the other knives when you get the glue and all the nonsense with the packing material. So I've really used this, you know, through the holiday seasons quite a bit. I mean, every couple hours I seem like I'm pulling it out and using it. So it's really filled a nice role. So it stayed sharp, easy to put an edge on it, you know, comes right back to razor sharpness. So been able to keep it relatively clean, you know, a little soap and water and just clean it off, no problem, put it away. I don't know that I would recommend taking it apart, you know, and oiling it or doing anything. That's why I haven't done anything with any of the bushings on it. I think with this type of a knife, you're going to run with the locking mechanism. I think you're going to run into some issues with taking it apart and putting it back together correctly. And for $27, once it kind of wears out, you retire it and get another one. But overall, for the price, super pleased with it. Happy I added this to my collection. So thank you for taking time to watch the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'm going to work hard on putting out weekly EDC gun and gear reviews to help people like me who want to get through well thought out options with EDC without just going either the most popular or most expensive route. And again, part of the reason why I'm doing this is, to learn the process of YouTube and really to challenge myself of learning new program, new video editing software, and what really goes into YouTube. So this is, hopefully beneficial to the YouTube community, getting some of the information out, but it's also benefiting me by getting some education and some interest in what really goes into video content. So like I said, like, subscribe, and comment. I read all the comments, hopefully, get back to you and engage you. I've had some really good comments so far, so keep it up and look forward to seeing you on the next video.